We are live again. Apologies for any technical difficulties that we have had. All of the equipment overheating a little bit, but
It's the state of California's fault.
the show must go on. Yeah, don't blame us. 4-2, the Riptide lead to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bottom of the lineup for Orange County coming up against a new arm for the Saints, Lincoln Lions.
12 innings pitched for Lions is Occidental guy. 13 days ago was his last game versus the Caneo Oaks. We're at 2 innings pitched, 4 runs, and 4 hits given up in that 8-4 loss. One of those hits was a homer, but 9.75 ERA, 1.5 whip, and 8 strikeouts for Lincoln.
Akko walked to load the bases in the 5th rather. And the win drove everyone in to give the Riptide a 3-2 lead. They tacked on the Tatum Marsh RBI single in the 5th. Quickly 0-2 on Madanako. Saints 9 outs left to put together some sort of rally. Say it would be tough, but we've seen him do it so many times. You got to have some belief. Ground ball up the middle. That'll sneak into center field. A base hit off of the bat of Madanako. Just his 5th hit as a member of the Riptide, and he's on here to begin the 6th.
Solid, goes up the middle. Nothing more to say. Just does everything right. Stays short through it.
So here is public enemy number 1 in Pasadena. Ian Nguyen, who took a 2-0 deficit and turned it into a 3-2 Riptide lead. And a chance with more damage here, runner on base against Lincoln Lions, who has been one of the more reliable Saints arms. More action in the Saints bullpen. That's Dylan Huang. One of the only freshmen on this team, rising freshman that is. He'll go to Villanova in the fall and presumably play ball there in the spring.
And Villanova, not one of those programs you necessarily think of, but it's a great just athletic organization in general. Great school in Philadelphia. I mean,
it is in Philadelphia.
I know that you're going to bring that up again.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not in North Carolina. It is in Philadelphia.
Dude, come on. You could have just left it at it is in Philadelphia. You don't have to bring up the whole charade.
But, yeah, it will be a great place for Dylan Huang, who, I mean, is a local kid in Pasadena. Played at Maranatha. Played on the very field that the Arroyo Seco Saints play on. So, kind of an extended stay on his, field for his last 4 years in high school ball.
2-1 on the win, whose last name is spelled the same as Brandon Nguyen, but pronounced differently. Brandon's last name pronounced Win, Ian's last name No Win. And No Win drove in 3 runs with the bases clearing double in his last at-bat. On a 2-1 here, he watches a fastball sail inside, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, Lincoln with that fastball. I mean, he lands it for a strike a good amount of the time. And first pitch strike kind of guy. Gets out ahead, not too metrically going to blow you away, but has good command on it, some solid movement, and uses that cutter as well.
3-1. Inside ball 4, and the first 2 have reached in the 6th.
Same situation as when Escobar came in. The bullpen for the Saints that I think has been so solid this entire second half of the season during the stretch when they really needed them. It's starting to show their cracks right now. I mean, free passes, giving up those hits, and the hits one thing, but giving up a free pass, not getting your defense involved is a whole nother. And Lincoln Lions going to have a conversation with Nick Nishiwa.
And I know the Saints came back from down 4-0 in the 8th 3 days ago, but it feels like they have to hold them right here in order to have a chance to come back in this game. Keep their postseason hopes alive. Again, Saints need a win. They also need a Barons loss tonight at SLO. The Blues will be favored in that game. And if those two things go right, would set up Saints Barons tomorrow afternoon, 4:05 first pitch, back home at Jackie Robinson Field. That would be a win or go home game. 2 on, nobody out. Akko at second, Nguyen at first. First pitch to Harrington, it's bounced left side. Could be 2. Flores to second for 1. Back to first, not in time for a double play. Harrington beats it out on the back end. Saints do get the middleman, but now runners at the corners for the top of the lineup in Trajan Rogowski.
You got to commend the Saints for that effort. Braden Flores flicked it as quick as he could over to Dylan Immel, and he threw it as fast as he could to Owen Mangini. That was just a solid play from Hunter Harrington, busting his butt out of the box, going hard 90s only to get down that first base line. Now runners at the corners with 1 out. It's another situation for Orange County where if they can tack at least one on here, it's going to be massive cushion. I mean, you just think about it, 2 runs, of course it's better than 3, but just the feeling of
2 and 3 is a big difference.
Yeah, it's a massive difference.
Here's Rogalski. Doesn't strike out a lot, but Cade is first to at bats, and they got Harrington picked off. Mangini will throw to second. Runner now breaks for home, and the Saints don't see it. Oh, no, a disastrous mistake, and a run comes in to score. Akko scoots home from third, and the Saints, with a disastrous blunder on the infield, allow the third run to come home.
I saw that coming. That's the only thing I can say. I mean,
just can't happen.
When they threw it back to first for the pickoff attempt, they had to make sure the guy didn't go home. And I already knew that when, I believe it was Flores had in, was eyeing up the man at first in Harrington, the runner from third going home was ready to break. That's just a tough one. You can't let that happen. And that's kind of a mental mistake. And they made a mental mistake on Tuesday here, was the error that ended up giving the Riptide the game, and that one not going to go down as an error, but more just one that Aaron Milam and the whole coaching staff just has to kind of facepalm at. That's just a really
and give
frustrating
credit to
one.
Hunter Harrington. He basically created that run.
Oh, yeah.
Beat out the back end on the double play and then stays in the rundown long enough to allow Akko to scoot home unnoticed. And Orange County leads at 5-2. Bases clear, 2 gone. Bouncer to third. That's the inning, but a huge insurance run for Orange County. Saints with 9 outs remaining to keep their postseason hopes alive. Dylan DeChesare will take you the rest of the way when we come back.
Nine more outs for the Arroyo Seco Saints and their postseason hopes. And for the Riptide, a new pitcher in, dominant, high-leverage guy, and Sean York.
Yeah, dominant and high leverage. Doesn't even begin to describe it, Dylan. 13 2/3 innings. He's got a .66 ERA, so non-existent, basically. He's only given up 2 earned runs all year. And this is a guy who has just carved through all the lineups of the CCL. And the Saints are going to have to really make some magic happen here to put together a rally against Mr. Sean.
3 innings pitched on Tuesday here at home versus the Arroyo Seco Saints. And in those 3 innings, only give up 2 hits with 1 strikeout, no runs. He's as shutdown as you can get. Standing at 6'7", 235 as well. Doesn't necessarily throw heat for that size. You think it'll be a bit harder, but when you're coming downhill at that stature, it's extremely difficult. It's a optical illusion, if you will.
Yeah, tough. You talk about velocity, but also talk about perceived velocity. When a guy throws at a different arm angle, oftentimes the pitches can appear 4, 5, 7 miles an hour faster than they would if they're coming out of a guy with a normal slot angle.
Cannon King leading things off. Pop out in a 2 RBI single. Those 2 runs he brought in were the only runs of the game for Arroyo Seco, and it's now 5-2, so a 3-run deficit to overcome as that one spiked into the dirt. Following him will be Owen Mangini, then Dylan Imbel.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2-5-1, 5-3-0. And you look at the hits category, 5 hits for the Saints, 3 hits for the Riptide. So the Saints are leading the popular vote, but losing the Electoral College right now.
And they will need some spark plug, and Cannon King, who's often been that, looking to start it.
Yeah, he was the spark against him Wednesday. Base is empty, 1 gone, seems your season slipping away. Base it up the middle, and that started a string of 9 straight guys who either got a hit, got a walk, or got a sac fly.
It does help. I mean, you talked about it on Wednesday. Cannon King classifies himself as a bat-to-ball guy despite all the power he has. So just looking to get through it, make contact, and let the rest unfold. That one high and in, but in for a strike, notch on the top of the zone. It's 2-2. I think one of the most impressive things about York is just how he navigates that fastball. Top of the zone, it sits at about 90, but it's just so great with that location. The command, the big thing in this league for limited runs. Outside fading. Count is full on King.
Take a walk. Absolutely take a walk.
Pass the baton. It is a relay. A long relay at that, but we're in 3rd leg.
You know what I learned? Pass the baton is also pass the bat.
Pass the bat. Pass the bat. Oh.
Isn't that interesting?
Look at that. King pokes it foul. Go again. You learn something new every day with you.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, thanks, my man. I'm very sad this is our final broadcast together. Our swan song on the Arroyo Seco Saints YouTube of sorts. Of course, if they make the playoffs, that could change.
Hopefully we can be back. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. But it has been a fantastic time here, especially with you. Those are other broadcast partners. Cannon King fouling that one back.
Riley, Nick, our honorary broadcast partner, Joe O'Regan.
Yep. Producers Jack Badsey and Luke Saruma. Luke Saruma got a couple reps this season.
Of course.
And he did a great job. So, I mean, it's a full team effort. I mean, talk about the team on the field, but we don't talk about the people around us making us sound good. I mean, the team making us sound good.
Our producer, Jack Badsey.
Yeah, producers.
Absolute legend.
Everyone else, our data analytics team. It's full operation here at the Arroyo Seco Saints organization. And
King is battling, man.
yeah, he is. Knight in shining armor, hoping to be. Cannon King in a full count. Fouled off the last 2 pitches. High leverage at bat, even though there's no one on and no out. But in this 7th, every pitch, every swing is a difference. And King finds a spot nestled between 1st and 2nd. He'll get on base to lead off this 7th. Bobbling right as well, but King didn't bite at it. Tempted, but will remain at 1st. That's a leadoff single.
No benefit going to 2nd bat right there. That was one of the best at-bats we have seen all season from a Saint. Goes down 1-2, works his way back in the count, fouls off 3 straight fastballs, and then stays alive to get there. And they're playing a song. Is this Owen Mangini's walk-up song, Away from Home?
I'm unsure. I'm not familiar with the song, though, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
a country guy. I don't even really know
go.
this song. I think it's Eric Church, but
look at you.
Could be wrong.
York checks on King. As Mangini is up to bat. Has grounded out 2 times to the 3rd baseman. Mangini just, once he gets that contact, the ball can soar. But it's about getting that one. That one rocketed to the right center gap, and it's back to the wall. King rounding 2nd, over to 3rd. Will he round 3rd? Yes, he will. Going down to home. He'll be safe. Stand-up RBI double for Owen Mangini. He does a tree pose. It is 5-3.
Don't count out the Saints, man. just when we think down 3 runs, only 9 outs to get. Owen Mangini hits the ball hard. We talked about how much better he's been playing as of lately. This is a great swing right here. Fastball over the outside part of the plate, goes with it to the right center field gap. And all of a sudden, you got a guy in scoring position. You got the tying run coming up to the plate. Still nobody out in the 7th. And against the guy in Sean York, this is only the 3rd run he's allowed all year. It just feels like with their backs against the wall, somehow the Saints find a way.
Somehow, some way, they are wanting it. And they're willing to put in the work. And Owen Mangini extends that hitting streak, and he's been a revelation when they've needed him. Dylan Immel now looking to continue it. 2 men up, both hits. Cannon King was a single, then ended up scoring. Owen Mangini smoked off the bat to right center. Well, that landed nicely at the wall. He stands at second. Dylan Immel now takes first pitch strike at 88 miles per hour.
And you look at that run they got Orange County in the last inning, and that really stands tall right now. Would have been 4-3 with the tying run on second base with nobody out. But now a little bit taller of a hill for the Saints to climb. But got to put that behind you right now and focus on the task at hand.
Immel upstairs, leaves it. Another fastball. Trying to paint the top of the zone. It doesn't. It's 1-1. Again, like you said, Sean York, as dominant as they come, but gives up a run here in 2 hits. Had a little meeting with his catcher and no win. Will now try to recenter himself on a 1-1 to Immel. Immel doesn't want any part of it. It's a good leave. It's 2-1. 0 for 2 so far is Dylan Immel playing second. He has gone that run of play recently in his 22nd game of the season. 7th game in a row as well. He's been on base 6 games in a row. Immel, high chopper, over to first. Diving towards his right, backhand. Steps on first is York. Heck of a play by Alonso Reyes to get the out. But runner is 90 feet away for Mangini. Sack fly situation potentially.
Yeah, I mean, you'll take it. Not hit hard off the bat, but another really nice play by Reyes over there. Not just to keep the ball in front of him and glove it, but to then get up and throw to the pitcher covering for the out. But if you're the Saints, again, just get this to 5-4. You'll let the chips fall where they may after that. 2 runs off Sean York. If you told me we get that before the inning, absolutely sign up for it.
Here's Nick Nishiwa. Last time, placed one beautifully to right field, right in front of Zach Woodson. Was able to get on, then quickly after that was forced to head back to the dugout due to a double play from Brody Cheer. We'll most likely see the plates in this at-bat, in this inning.
Oh, she caught a break right there, too. No swing. Take it.
1 ball, no strikes now on Nishiwa. A simple man with a simple swing. Get through it. That's what's in Nick Nishiwa's mind. Now one. Out to center. Under it is Rogowski. Ready to go is Mangini. Here's the throw at the plate. Not in time. Saints, they're within 1 due to the sac fly from Nick Nishiwa.
Perfect. Fastball, top of the zone. Perfect pitch to get under to center field. Just do your job. Take that every single time and twice on Saturdays from Nick Nishiwa. And now 1-run ball game. Giving yourself a shot here.
They're on the road back. Brody Cheer now, seeing Aaron Milam at third, tells him to calm down, take a second. A guy that has been playing a lot of games in a row, a late addition to the Arroyo Seco Saints. And he's been quite fantastic. 12th game in general, 9th game in a row. 9-game hit streak as well. 0 for 2 today, and last night actually led off for the first time this entire season. And sometimes when he's in this 9-hole, it's because he's a second leadoff guy. Shows that speed, showed it yesterday on a triple pulled way down the first base line. Cheer will strike out, however. Sean York not happy about those 2 runs, but does get out of it with the lead still intact. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Riptide still up 5-4, but Saints knocking. Bottom of the 7th here at Great Park here in Irvine. A beautiful complex for a fantastic game. The Saints were up 2-0. The Riptide battled back and made it 5-2 at the end of last inning. But Arroyo Seco, they're not done. Put up 2. It's 5-4 now. And the OC Riptide looking to give more cushion. Lincoln Lions still on the bump for Arroyo Seco with this 5-4 deficit, looking to limit it. It's Ryan Castro up right now, then Reyes will go after, then Tatum Marsh is the third of those 3.
This point all comes down to the offense for the Saints, though. Got to hold them here if you're Lions. Whatever it takes. Just don't let this inning blow up.
Out to center, under it is Cheer. No, will drop right in front of him. Don't know if he could have made a play at that, but we'll leave it in front. And that's Ryan Castro getting on.
I think maybe should have gotten to that ball. I don't know if he was running hardest coming in from center field, but only a single. You know, still plenty of time to get out of this inning without any damage.
And I think if he tries to make a play at that one and, get that out early, he has someone backing him up. I mean, no one on. I'd make a charge at that, especially if the speed that Brody Cheer has, but opts to be cautious about it, and now there's a single for Lincoln Lions. Or rather, on Lincoln Lions. My apologies.
And it is the third man in the order, but I do wonder, would the Riptide consider playing a little small ball here?
Alonzo Reyes, the UCI man, going into his junior year, but those last 2 years at Irvine have been quite fantastic for Reyes. I mean, 2025 regional, was an all-regional player in Los Angeles. This last year, a bit down on the numbers, but still a threat for the Anteaters. That one chopped. Over to second. Over to first. Double play.
Yeah.
Heck of a stretch from Owen Mangini. Gets the final dagger. That's 2 outs.
Wow,
Needed.
That play just unfolded in slow motion right there because the runner, Castro, had to dodge the baseball, and Reyes does not run well. So Saints had plenty of time to turn the 4-6-3 double play. That is huge right there with a capital H-U-G-E right there to able to get 2 outs now. Again, keep it 5-4. Give your offense a chance. We know they can come back.
So Lions now with 2 outs. That one coming right back towards us. Took a little sidestep. I'm not trying to barehand that at this moment in time. Should have brought my glove. Should have brought the glove.
Although it's so hot, your hand on the glove would be like,
it would be miserable. 0-1. To the new batter in Tatum Marsh. Stanford man, one of 2 Stanford guys in this lineup. Again, OC a squad that can attract those D1 talents at an extremely high rate, especially those D1 West Coast talents. Him and Harrington, the 2 Cardinals. Marsh popped up. Nishiwa has a beat. Couldn't quite get to it, and that's a really difficult one going straight back, trying to track. Lincoln Lions will take a second. Time will stop. As a beat in reality, it's 5-4 game.
And Ella Langley blares from the speakers.
Don't think any of Ella's fellas are complaining.
Oh,
Sure, there's there's a lot of Ella's fellas.
I founded Ella's Fellas. No, I didn't. But I'm a member of the group.
Great musician.
Self-proclaimed member.
Fouled outright into the parking lot almost.
Oh, there goes your car, man. No, I'm kidding.
And mine's on the other side. Can't get me.
Almost gotcha.
The Lincoln Lions hoping to get out of this inning. Face the line. These guys in order. Foul back. Count 1-2, 2 outs.
Saints going to have the top of the order coming up in the 8th. Probably their best chance to do something. And remember the last time they faced the Riptide in the 8th inning, that was a pretty good one. So hopefully they can replicate it. But still one more strike, one more out to get for Mr. Lions.
Arroyo Seco has 6 outs offensively. Have to get 7 outs defensively. Now one up the middle. Marsh to Flores. Flores can't glove it, just under it. Tumbling and stumbling towards it it was hit well,
Yeah,
sharply
tough
on the
play.
ground.
There's some shadows in the infield. Not an easy play to make going to your left towards the middle, and Marsh has got some speed as well. So 2-out single, forget about it, move on.
Now up, Connor Barth. South Carolina Upstate player. One of the few out of California talents. He's been playing a fantastic second base all season, and tonight he showed it off. Originally from Roseville, California, but again playing in South Carolina, his college ball after playing at Lake College, Folsom Lake College, 24 through 26. Lions, it's down low. Ball 1. After him, if it gets to it, it's Zach Woodson, the right fielder. And after will be Madden Acco. Runner at first is Tatum Marsh. Barth, straight up the middle, it lands. Marsh will go to second, station to station. Go Orange County. Lions, late trouble with 2 outs.
Yeah, tough, but on the bright side, how big does that double play look right now? Keeping a guy off of the bases and Castro off the bat of Reyes, the double play, and instead now still a chance to get out of this inning. 2 on, 2 out, dangerous spot right here. Probably Lincoln Lions' biggest at-bat of the season right here from a pitching perspective, but you have to get Zach Woodson.
Pepperdine man and Woodson. The runner in scoring position has a chance to extend this lead for Orange County. Nick Nishio just got finished talking to Lincoln Lions. And again, the bullpen, Dylan Huang sits alone in there awaiting his turn. He'll presumably be the next guy in the 8th inning. First Lions needs to get out of this. Curveball low. Nick Nishiwa gives a nod of approval. That's probably what he was looking for down the zone, trying to get an early chase in the at-bat. Lincoln Lions, 1-0. 2 runners on, Fitz first and second. 2 outs. High swing, cheer. Straight back, under it. That's the 3rd out. Lions gets out of the inning unscathed thanks to a double play, and that Brody cheer put out will head to the 8th inning. 6 more outs, Saints need 1. Sean York back out here, top of the lineup for the Arroyo Seco Saints. 6 outs, Max. That's all the Saints have to keep their season alive.
They're facing a guy in Sean York as well, who They've scored as many runs off in the 7th as he's given up the rest of the entire year. So not much else to say except you got to make something happen. Got to score a run no matter what.
And the dangerous part of their order, and Brandon Flores is working on a 2-for-3 day, is up to bat. They could use his heroics that they've had all season right now. 0-1. Flores leaves it high. 1-1. Great take.
Dylan Huang is up in the pen, I believe. I think that's Dylan Huang. Yes, he would go in the bottom of the 8th.
Wonder if there'll be someone warming after him.
Great take again.
That's what you get when Brayden Flores comes up to bat. Second on the team in walks behind Sean Asperger. And him and Asperger have the 2 best eyes, arguably, on the entire squad. York on a 2-1 to Flores. Swings that one foul. It's 2-2. Even.
Again, Saints need a win. They need the Blues to beat the Barons at Sinsheimer Stadium tonight at 6 o'clock. There is a fireworks show afterward, and the Saints hoping those fireworks will be because they have survived yet another day.
2-2. Flores skewed foul towards the Riptide dugout. Staying alive.
Staying alive. Bomp, 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 staying alive.
Has the Bee Gees playing in his mind.
I was on a broadcast with Nick like a week ago, and I started like actually singing staying alive as a color roll, and he started just like shaking his head at me. Couldn't tell if it was like playful or if he was actually mad.
Oh, Nick Jepson. Flores leaves it upstairs. It's a full count. Who else but Brayden Flores to draw this one the full way?
Gotta protect. 3-2. Do I care if it's a walk or a hit? I do not.
3-2. Leaves it low. Brayden Flores on first to lead off with a walk.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Brayden. Beautiful. 2 strikes, fouling off pitches all the way. Absolutely what you had to have. One of his biggest plate appearances of the year. And now I'm wondering, we saw Evan Ryder bunt him over earlier. Could we see something similar here against a guy in York who has not had his best stuff or command today, but still got to get a guy in scoring position?
Evan Ryder again, like you said, has bunted him over once.
He's getting the signal from Aaron Milam.
We'll see if that means bunt. Likely behind them, so don't know what they're going for, but something's in the cards. Third baseman is playing back, having to go forward on that one as Evan Ryder does show bunt. It's in for a strike.
You a fan of the bunt here?
I think in this situation, I don't know. I'm mixed. I'm a big fan of the bunt in general. I think it's really gritty, and I know it's a gritty thing to do, and I think it's something that the Saints have utilized well in the back end of this season, but I think let Evan Ryder swing the bat.
I agree. Don't give it away.
Check on Flores. At the minimum, if this goes to a 2-strike count, it's time to swing. You can't show bunt. It is 0-1 now, however. Following the pickoff attempt from York. Long pause to Ryder. Shows bunt down the first base line. Flores easily advancing. And trouble with the ball. Sean York bobbling it, wanting to flick it to Connor Barth. So a bunt that was surely a sacrifice and an out at first goes wrong for Orange County. 2 runners on for Arroyo Seco.
What a
with
gift.
No outs.
What a gift. That was Garrett Cole and Anthony Rizzo in the 5th inning right there. They just totally forgot how to field the ball. York goes over to get it. Alonso goes over to get it. You got it. I'll take it. I got it. You take it. Nobody ends up at first base.
Sean Asperger now. 2 runners on. No one out. What should have been a runner on second and 1 out. And showing bunt is Asperger. Flores and Ryder will retreat back.
How about now? You like a bunt now?
I think I do.
I don't like it. I don't like it because Carson Panarisi is a strikeout candidate. And you got to have someone put the ball in play.
We'll see what Asperger
Sean
goes
Asperger's
to.
got speed. He's not going to get doubled off.
Right here. Panarisi coming off a 3-for-4 day, but you are right. Just swing through at a high rate. Sean York staggering and going towards that pickoff movement. I think Sean York might feel the pressure. I mean, not the sharpest he's looked for a guy that has a sub-1 at a .66 ERA coming into this one. That one now up. The most runs he's given up in an outing. Asperger chopped on the bunt. It's 2 strikes now. This is where I think you swing the bat, Max.
Pull it back, yeah. And, you know, I think the Riptide, they've got some guys in their bullpen, but they're not really fervently warming up. So I think the idea for Orange County was when York entered in the 7th, have him finish this ball game. And, yeah, he's given up 2 runs and some trouble here, but I think they're going to stick with him as long as they can.
I mean, he's a guy that can go for that length and pitch 3 shutout innings versus the Saints on Tuesday. No reason he couldn't do it here, but it's been a different story, and the Saints have approached him differently. Asperger, first and second, no out, 0-2 count. Sean alive on a low pitch. York ready to Asperger. Checks on second and Flores. Goes home. That's high. Frame job not enough for no win. Couldn't bring it back down to earth. It's 1-2. First ball of the at-bat. Tense energy here in Irvine. York shows bunt. Now one's outside. Maybe wanted to get into the mental side of the game, showing bunt, getting York out of his funk, and obviously couldn't land that pitch.
Yeah, oftentimes in softball you'll see players show bunt. That's more of a timing mechanism, but here maybe just mess with York's head a little bit.
2-2. First and second. It's palpable here. Asperger out to right field. Flores will not tag up. It was York to Asperger. My apologies. And Asperger, solid swing, couldn't land. That's 1 out. I'll bring up Panarisi.
Yeah, I mean, he put a good swing on the ball, right? And just didn't get enough good one on it. Sometimes it happens. And Woodson able to make the play. Good job by Braden Flores to just stay at second base. Give guy on deck and Panarisi a chance, and then even if you get to Cannon King, you feel really good about his chances to come through as well.
Still 5 outs for the Arroyo Seco Saints. They're 1 runner in scoring position in Flores, who can fly around those base paths. Evan Ryder not too shabby in his own right. Carson Panarisi in for a strike. And historically, against the Riptide in general this season, hasn't been the sharpest. Swings hard, strikes out sometimes, but coming off a career day right now, 0 for 3. I think I found that in big situations, Panarisi is one of those guys that can come through. 0-1. In for a strike, bottom of the zone.
Bit of a gift there.
Yeah, York battling back.
I don't know if that was a strike.
0-2.
Come on, Carson.
York to Panarisi. Runners go. Panarisi, swing and a miss. Throw down to second, not in time.
Oh.
Gutsy call, double steal. An interference called going down to second.
What?
They'll say that going down to second, he blocked the throw down to the base. So just like that, this potentially big inning for the Saints crashes and burns. We'll head to the bottom part of the frame. Riptide still up 5-4. Bottom of the 8th, that last inning, just to recap. First two batters gone on for the Saints via a walk and a single. Asperger then flew out. Then with one out, Carson Panarisi struck out, fell over the plate. He's looking for that outside pitch, tries to reach for it. Naturally, momentum's going to take him down, gets in the way of the throw. The throw does go off, but it's still batter's interference. Therefore, 2 outs. An unfortunate end to that inning, but now it's Dylan Huang in the game for the Saints to hopefully shut things down.
Yeah, those are tough. And it was a weird play in the fact that there was a double steal and the catcher ended up deciding to throw to second instead of third just because of Braden Flores' speed. Nguyen thought he had a better shot at righter. And maybe he was safe, maybe he was out, no way to know, but just a really unfortunate end to the inning there for the Saints. And at this point, you just got to flush it. Go put up a 0 here for Dylan Huang, and you got 3 outs left.
Huang gets a swing and a miss. Count is 2-2 now. Up is Matt Nako, then Ian Nguyen and Hunter Harrington. That's a 7-8-9 for Orange County. To Akko. That's a ball now. 3-1 is the count. Akko up the middle, lined. Immel picking. Great play from Dylan. Over to first. Owen Mangini gloves it. That's the first out.
That's a great play right there. Ball in between hop. It's not an easy one where you can pick it after a bounce. It's not one where you can catch it on a line. Sometimes you just got to close your eyes, throw your glove out there, and hope it lands. And Dylan Immel does just that. Seen Matt Nako make a number of those plays Wednesday against the Saints. And a little retribution here from Dylan Immel. Takes a hit away from Akko on the backhand. Game
respects game, I'm sure. As Akko heads back to the dugout. That one way over the head of Ian Nguyen. Gives a little head nod, maybe a bit of fire now in this battle from Huang to Nguyen. And Ian Nguyen had the big hit of this game. That one out to center. Cheer under it, but it lands in a Bermuda triangle. Took it out of my mouth. And now a runner on first, 1 out.
Yeah, those are tough. Feels like we've had like 3 of those today where it just lands there in right center field. And I don't know if any of those guys had a shot to get to that. It is a hot day, so running is hard. I mean, I'm hot just sitting up here, so it could be hard. But 1 on 1 out, get a grounder off the bat of Harrington and go to the 9th.
Nguyen with another hit on the day. Those last 3 at-bats. Got those RBIs, then got a walk, and now a single. Been having one of his best days of his season in order to ruin the Saints one. Long starts off with a ball to Hunter Harrington. Strikeout lineup, fielder's choice for him. Huang lands in the zone for a strike. No one warming in the bullpen for the Saints. Need to get that run to get it to another inning, but presumably Huang will be the 9th as well. Can go for some length. Harrington over to second. Running is Immel. Gloves it. Has to eat it. That's a tough one to make from Dylan Immel. Had to run a long way. Runners now at first and second versus Huang.
Yeah, again, right play, right decision to not try and throw at Harrington there. It didn't really have a good shot at it. It's a good play just to even get to that ball. Keep it from going into deeper right field because then you keep the guy off of third potentially. But still same situation where you get a ground ball to the right guy at the right speed and get out of this inning at 5-4.
So now lineup card flips over to Trajan Rogowski. 0 for 4, or rather 0 for 3 with a walk. One of the 2 in the lineup have not been on point for Orange County. Of course, no Jarrett Sable today, Orange County's golden boy, as Rogowski swings that one back.
He is their golden boy.
I mean, that guy is a highly touted prospect going into his year at USC. Didn't really play much, but now has a spot in Minnesota, which is a solid Big Ten school. In terms of raw talent, I mean, comes from the family of, Blake Sable as well. I mean,
yeah. It's also, I believe, cousins with Troy Polamalu.
Yes.
I believe I read that somewhere.
I dropped that, I think, first game I did with Nick Jepson, and we were laughing about it. I mean, it's just insane. That's just a ridiculous connection that you wouldn't think was there. Yeah, cousins of Troy Polamalu and second cousin, rather, Troy Polamalu. First cousin of Mulavai Levu, who plays at UCLA. That one up the middle. It goes through. Coming around third, the Riptide add another one. That's Nguyen scoring. It's 6-4. Runners on first and second with one out.
Yeah, man, tough. It just feels like 3 ground balls, fly balls, dink, dank, donk that really just haven't been pieced up that well, but that's the nature of the game. Sometimes you got to overcome it, and Saints unable to. And now 6-4 game, you look back at the top of the 8th, you had 2 on, nobody out. Is that the last best chance you're going to get to save your season?
Ryan Castro now a single, walk, strikeout, and a ground out. That's been his day. And has not been swinging a fantastic bat this season. Runners on first and second for him. Castro over to first. Mangini under it. Snow cone, can't make the catch. That's a really difficult play, however.
Yeah, I mean, it hit every part of the glove, too, and just couldn't corral it. You know what? You know, I was used to hear in football, American football, that is.
Mm-hmm.
If the ball hits your hands, you got to catch it.
Yeah.
And baseball, if the ball hits your glove, you got to catch it.
It's a really
tough
hard
play.
Yeah.
Especially with the sun in his eyes, it's difficult. It's really difficult. He's been out there for 8 innings. It's a hard play, but another break here for Orange County.
Huang to Castro. 0-1. 1 out. Firm first strike. 0-2 now on the 2-hole hitter for OC. Huang downhill. Breaker doesn't land. Great pitch, however. Good leave. One-two count now from Dylan to Ryan Castro. Castro up the middle, hits Huang, ricocheting. That's just a backbreaker.
Foul ball, though, I think they're calling, which I think. No, not foul ball. Umpire held up his hands, gestured a foul ball. Not a foul ball. Just stop and play. Apologies there. And here's the interesting thing about that play, though. Sometimes you'd think that would hurt the Saints. I think that actually helped the Saints right there because that ball was headed for center field, which would have brought in another run. But now, instead, with the bases loaded, you still have a chance to gather this with just a 2-run deficit.
No one warming in the pen for Arroyo Seco, so this is Dylan Huang through and through. See if someone begins getting out there. Got a tough view from where we're at. Yep, no band work, no nothing on those fences. Dylan Huang, bases loaded with 1 out. That first down was a ground out. Great play from Dylan Emmel, and I think the tail of Huang's outing has been hard contact from Orange County. They've been swinging it real well versus him.
Yeah, they have, and that one was hard contact. It's tough. You look at this inning, the ground ball to Immel that he made a great play on, give him credit, but then there was the one in the hole. Not Dylan Immel's fault, obviously, at all. It's just a tough play to make. Then the Mangini pop-up. I mean, sometimes in baseball, you just don't hit him hard, but you hit him in the right places. And the ball in the Bermuda Triangle, the first base runner this inning, just happens sometimes, you know?
Now Alonzo Reyes. 6th batter up this inning for Orange County.
Yeah, Saints going to play the infield back looking for the DP.
Could be what saves Arroyo Seco's season if they can turn that. If they can't turn it, they'll have to look home to get that lead runner. Can't allow any more runs.
Yeah, 100%.
Down by 2, 4-6. Now one high from Huang.
Still nobody in the pen. It's like a morgue.
2-1 to Reyes. Bases juiced. Reyes swings through, loses the bat.
Oh, man.
Gets Nick Nishiwa. The athletic trainer out immediately. Nishiwa takes his mask off.
Yeah, I mean, it swung so hard that he lost the bat. And if you swing hard, typically you're swinging the bat fast. And that is not fun.
We'll see if they get Cam going. Most likely could be his time to enter the game as trainers from both staffs are around. And unclear if you guys can see that down near home, Alonso Reyes, the man that swung the bat, devastated with himself. I mean, I feel bad for Reyes in a sense. That's just not something you're looking to do at all.
No, nobody. These situations are good for nobody when this happens. Just tough for the catcher, tough for the guy that did it to him, and you feel bad for all the parties involved. But right now, the most important thing is that Nick Nishiwa is okay. I mean, not just as a player, but as a person. He's been so great this season for the Saints.
Yeah. He's been the catcher for Joe Regan many times, and his play time has gone up and up throughout the season. Started as a kind of a platoon, and he's really proven himself, batting .312. It's gone up a little bit in this game. 1 for 2 with a sac fly, so really hoping for the best here. And he is up, sitting up, and maybe looking okay.
Aaron Milam down there with him, Matt Stone. It's a small crew you get in summer ball. A lot of people, rather a small number of people are tasked with a lot of different roles. And yeah, I can't imagine that, especially with how long he's been down, he's gonna stay in this game.
And with this long pause, we'll send it to a break, hoping Nick Nishiwa gets up okay. We'll see you in a sec. Back here at Great Park. Again, a scary scene coming into the break. It was Nick Nishiwa down.
Game, but here he is in a pinch. And a strikeout.
Just
Boom.
like that, called a strikeout. And that's Dylan Huang helping out his guy as well, helping Dylan Garcia settle in.
Extend Dylan Garcia immediately. 5-year max contract. Just give it to him, man.
2 outs now. Base is still loaded for Orange County. And a strikeout from Dylan Huang. I mean, we're talking about it. When you come back after such a long break in action, not throwing a pitch, you're not allowed to. You throw about 2 pitches, then you have to lock back in very, very quickly. But Huang does it, and he's ready to face off against Tatum Marsh with a single last time. Back-to-back at-bats with singles, one of them bringing in a run.
Yeah.
Goes around. Strike
Dylan
one.
Garcia jersey is in the cart, man.
They had to put a number on him and give him a jersey. I mean, when you're a bullpen catcher, you're well expected to go into these situations. But this shows guts and this shows bravery, that's for sure. Now one high chopper. On it is Flores. Calls for it. Has to stop on a dime. Mangini. What a stretch from Owen Mangini. At first, gets the out. Makes the play happen. That's Mangini magic, baby. Heading to the 9th.
And a little extracurricular here. Matt Stone is irate with the home plate umpire. I don't know why. But what a play at first base. That looked like they had no chance. Braden Flores and Sean Asper collided into each other, and they still made the play.
Heading to the 9th. Back here in the 9th inning. Again, last inning, a long one due to the unfortunate injury of Nick Nishiwa, but the Saints, they need to move past this. Gave up that run, Dylan Huang, then came back, got the strikeout. A fantastic play from Owen Mangini, and now it's Cannon King to go against the new arm and Caden Starr.
Yeah, Starr making 4th appearance on the year. 3 innings so far, 6 ERA. Last pitch 6 days ago against the Philippines baseball group. That was the game. Riptide won 2-1. Saints got to get 2, though, and the bullpen catcher who's now in the game is due a 4th in this inning, which would be an incredible development if it played out.
Stories that you can only dream of. A situation that's just so unprecedented, but it's occurring here in this lovely Irvine complex. Saints season on the line. 3 outs to decide their fate. Have a game tomorrow, but doesn't matter if they can't take care of it right here and get these runs back. They knew it would be tough coming into Irvine, a team that's 21-7, I believe, at home in the Riptide. It's a really monumental task to come here and win.
Yeah, and it is going to be the bullpen catcher. He's down in the bullpen right now, practicing swings for what could be an at-bat that could swing the Saints season. This is a guy who is taken out of the shadows and into the spotlight in the middle of nowhere. Imagine he hits a home run.
I mean,
that'd be crazy, dude.
One can dream, but first have to get through these 3 guys. It's Cannon King to lead things off. Takes a hard swing back. It's 3-2 now. And after Cannon King will be Owen Mangini and Immel. And King and Mangini are the only 2 guys to bring in runs. And also Nick Nishio with the sac fly. Those are the 3 guys that brought home those 4 runs for Arroyo Seco.
I got to get someone on. Bring Dylan Garcia to the plate as the tying run.
Need to pass the baton. King versus Caden Starr, the new arm. King inside out, down the third base line. Trouble with it. No, under it is Hunter Harrington. And just like that, that's out number 1. 2 more.
Yeah, King ahead 3-1. 2 pitches, both of them in the zone. He had to swing them at him. And just unfortunate fly out to left field right there. Still got 2 guys, though. Got to get at least 1 person on. You don't really have a shot until you get the tying run up to the plate.
Mangini now to go against Caden Starr, the righty from Eugene, Oregon, near the University of Oregon, of course. Goes to University of Portland, a great university in terms of baseball talent. Pretty underrated in the WCC. And he pitches for them. Going against Owen Mangini, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI double. It's 1-0. Mangini in for a strike.
And by WCC, you mean the Collegiate Conference,
Yes.
not the Walnut Creek Crawdads.
No, not the dads.
The Dodds.
The dads.
Come on, Owen. Come on, baby.
Here's Mangini. Big swing. Got nothing. 1-2 now on the big Owen Mangini. He knows what he can do with the bat. Powerful swing, but can't let it get ahead of him. 1-2, 1 out. To Mangini. Just down.
What a take. That is a gutsy take right there.
Star set. Mangini now, the bat wiggling on his right shoulder. 2-2. Hard swing, straight back. Take his lap around the circle. What's going through your mind now if you're Mangini? I mean,
Don't strike out. Put
Be
the ball in
productive.
play
Yep.
any way you can.
Two.
Yeah.
Full count now. Mangini battling.
Dylan Immel on deck. The Saints have pulled out so many miraculous comebacks this season. This one would top them all.
Full count, 1 out. Star to Mangini.
Yeah.
Mangini takes a walk. Saints are still standing with 1 out, and now as Dylan Immel is up.
And now the bullpen catcher, Dylan Garcia, is on deck and will come to bat under any scenario unless Dylan Immel hits into a double play.
Could be from Dylan to Dylan. There's 1 out. Unless it's a double play here, we will see Dylan Garcia take an at-bat. Immel, this is a big at-bat for him, knowing that's not Nick Nishio behind him anymore. It's the bullpen catcher in Garcia, who hasn't had a swing all year. I mean, he hasn't been in a game all year.
Yeah.
This is a place where you need to just get it to the outfield. If you're going to get out, elevate. Can't have it be a ground ball. That one way to the backstop. Mangini over to second, and that's massive. Double play is now off.
Yeah, now unless line drive right at somebody, extremely low chance of a double play now. And 2-0 right here. I mean, could you have ever imagined 45 minutes ago that we were going to see the bullpen catcher for the Arroyo Seco Saints take one of the biggest at-bats of their season?
Immel. Inside, another pass ball. 2 pitches getting away from Starr and the backstop in to win. And now the run to make it 5-6 and inch the Saints closer is 90 feet away in Mangini.
We don't know anything about Dylan Garcia, but here are the questions. When was the last time he swung a bat like for real? Does he have any power, speed, pop? What can he do? 3-0 though.
Immel walks. Runners at the corners now, and this is showbiz, baby.
Yeah.
It's Dylan Garcia. Box office.
They say you see something new in a baseball game every day, but this one I think pretty much takes the cake. He's getting some instructions from Aaron Milam, and are they going to tell him to lay down a bunt here? The double play is an option. Just go ahead, run at the plate, man. Go with a 3-run bomb.
And if you're Garcia, this is tenacity and pressure. But pressure does make a substance and makes diamonds. Will that ring true for Garcia? Now one spiked into the dirt. You got to wonder if the take sign is mostly on for Garcia. I mean, Starr just cannot find the zone. And if he draws a walk here, that's just a massive highlight for Garcia. 1 at-bat potentially on the whole season. And this is it.
And Brody Cheer and Braden Flores, who are very capable on deck.
Garcia, it's a strike. You got to think. Nguyen thinking to Starr, looking at him, telling him, throw it in the zone. This guy hasn't had an at-bat all season, but Garcia on the other end, as Todd Peterson said, might as well do one thing, go yard for Garcia. Might as well do one thing, have a good at-bat, maybe swing it if he needs, but he's down 1-2 now with 1 out.
And 1-2. Still haven't seen him swing the bat yet, and that is probably a directive from Aaron Milam. But man, 1-2, I think gotta get a swing in there at some point.
1-2, runners at the corners for Garcia. Garcia fouls it off.
Good swing, man, wow.
Survival from Garcia. Show goes on. Wants to make a positive impact, leave a good footprint on this ball game. Already done it with recording a strikeout, being a part of that of Dylan Huang in the last inning as the catcher defensively. Garcia swing and a miss. Dreamers will dream, but it's 2 outs, and the Saints season is dwindling on Brody Cheer's shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough right there. Bullpen catcher, you're not expecting much of him, but big that you've at least got 2 on now. You've got a established hitter coming up in Brody Cheer, a guy who was a spark plug for you. He's been great offensively, great defensively, and you need something right here.
Cheer leaves it down, and something Cheer's most likely going to do here is work on an 0-for-3 day. It's drag out this at-bat. Take a good at-bat. If you find something, swing at it, yes. You have to get those 2 runs, and those 2 runs are on the base path right now at third and first. Runner break for second. Gutsy steal. Safe at second. Immel now has the team lead for stolen bases, and what better time to take that moniker than right now?
Yeah, huge stolen base. You said it. Into second base. Tying runs in scoring position. So you talked about how many bloops that Orange County's had today. 1 year from Dylan Immel, or Brody Cheer rather, could potentially tie up the ball game. Also a base open, but Braden Flores on deck.
Start a Cheer. 2 runners in scoring position. Swings through foul.
Yeah, he would want that one back. Fastball right there. That's a pitch that Brody Cheer drives, man.
2-1. 1 out. Third and second. 2 outs. Cheer into center. Gets down. 1 run scores. Second run coming home. We're tied here in Irvine. Cheer to second. He reaches. Brody Cheer, late addition in the 9th. What a moment for the Nebraska man. It's 6-6. Unprecedented, unfathomable.
The Cardiac Saints, baby. Just when you count them out, they're back in the nick of time. And an inning where their bullpen catcher took it at bat, they somehow have tied the game.
Anger from the Riptide dugout, yelling at the home plate umpire, don't know what for. But I'll tell you what, that is the biggest swing of Brody Cheer's entire season. It's been a short one, only 12 games played. Hitting streak continues at the biggest moment possible. And it's tied 6-6 here at Great Park, but we're not done.
Yeah, meat
this
on the bone.
Game's
meat on
not
the bone,
over.
Baby.
Braden Flores now versus Caden Starr, the runner at second. He'll leave it upstairs. Let's take a moment and breathe, Max. Unbelievable.
Right. Ready? Deep breath. Ready? In through the nose. Out through the mouth. What just happened, man? Holy cow.
1-0, it's in. 1-1. Roller coaster of a season. Roller coaster of an ending. Still much more to go. Game is still tied at 6-6. Flores swinging way back and foul. I think it's the time to mention, I'm not a superstitious fellow, but for the last 10 games.
No, don't do it.
Okay, I won't.
Don't
we
do
won't.
it.
We won't. We'll bring it up later.
Do not do it.
Braden Flores up the middle and lands. Coming around third to score is Brody Cheer. The Saints are still alive. It's 7-6. RBI single for Braden Flores. He's been the man all season. He's the man right now.
We talked about getting Braden Flores up to the 9th with a shot. They get it up there with him tied. And he goes back up the middle, takes Caden Starr to center field. Saints now 3 outs away. And they're going to go with Zach Bender, the guy who closed it out, who is getting warm in the bullpen for potentially the bottom of the 9th inning, but maybe some insurance here potentially. What just happened?
Evan Ryder fouls it off. And let's recap this inning. These last 2 innings. In the 8th inning, Saints gave up a run. We thought it was over. We thought that's a tough situation to be in. Nick Nishiwa, unfortunately, goes down with an injury. Long pause. Then Juan comes out, gets a strikeout. Owen Mangini, as Evan Ryder fouls that one off, Owen Mangini stretches to grab a ball at first, which was unbelievable. Gets the put out on the 4-3, or rather the 6-3. And that's the end of the 8th. Now in the 9th. What's happened so far? A fly out from King, a walk, back-to-back walks from Mangini and Immel. Then Dylan Garcia, the bullpen catcher,
What on earth?
strikes out. And mind you as well, 2 wild pitches in this inning allowed the runners to advance to third and second. Then Brody Cheer comes up with a 2 RBI double to tie things. And then Braden Flores topped the lineup, RBI single. Now it's Evan Ryder. That one outside.
I know most of you listening/watching watched Game 7 of the World Series last year. This has felt kind of like that. Saints down a couple runs, trying to get themselves back somehow. Guys playing in positions they've never been in. Injuries, bullpen catcher taking at bat, and somehow, some way, the Saints have the lead.
It is 7-6, folks. Ryder popped up. 3 under it. Who's calling for it? It's Alonzo Reyes. The Saints put up 3 in this inning. It is 7-6. heading to the bottom of the ninth. Arroyo Seco, we're still around. They're still standing. We'll see you in a second. Bottom of the ninth. Saints up 7-6. 3 runs came across in that top part of the frame. And just like that, Arroyo Seco, from down 5-2, have battled. They've withered the storm. And they're here with a chance to close it out. It's Dylan Huang in for his second inning of work. Last inning, had the bases loaded, gave up only 1.
Yeah, still Bender in the bullpen warming up. But 3 outs to get. And we haven't even talked about the ramifications of what this could mean. A guy not on the roster coming in to catch. But going to wait for that after. Right now, Saints just need to focus on winning this game.
Control you can control. The whole Saints team on the top step. It's been a long one. It's been monumental. The Saints have won 7 of their last 10. They've battled against everything possible, from a historically bad start to Arroyo Seco Saints history. And they're here, fighting and battling for a playoff spot.
And Joe O'Regan is really up in the dugout right now, standing up, clapping his hands at every pitch. You know he wants a chance to pitch again this season.
If there's anyone doing that, it is Joe. I'll tell you that. Here's Huang to Barth. Victim number 1 via K. 1 down.
Well, Huang's best pitch is fastball right there. Goes with the breaker to get Barth swinging over the top of it. And now 1 gone for Woodson.
So Barth goes down swinging. Now is Woodson. Zach Woodson, single last time up. Fielder's choice, or rather, flew out last time up, then a ground out the time before that. Swings fully through. That's strike number 1. Again, Saints, even with this win, need the Barons to lose to San Luis Obispo at 6 p.m. A game that'll be tough for the Barons. Slow, a fantastic team in the north. But still, the Barons have done it before. Saints hoping they don't. Looking forward to a matchup tomorrow, which could decide everything.
100%. You get into the playoffs, it's a wild card format, then you play another game, and then it's a best of 3 for the championship. And the fact that the Saints are even having those discussions at this point in the series is just a huge, it's incredible for them, really. And no matter what happens the rest of the way, they have to be so proud of how they've battled.
There's a team that has been gelling together, maybe took a bit more time to stick, but they're such a tight-knit group, you can tell every time on the field, as that one's low from Huang. And you feel like something happened over All-Star break that brought this Saints team together, that brought them to this point to really battle, really fight. There was no time like the present, and every day the Saints have been withering and enduring. That one launched into right field, skyscraping and foul. Heck of a swing from Woodson, though. For Orange County, they are shell-shocked. They don't know what's happened, but all they can do is try to grind away at bats here. Again, they're technically not playing for anything. Have secured the 1 seed, but as any team will, they're playing for keeps.
Yeah, spoiling the Saints season. But, I mean, could you ever have imagined down 6-4 in the 9th inning? Your bullpen catcher due up 4, and somehow you score 3 runs to take the lead. I mean, if that's not the embodiment of if there's a will, there's a way, I don't know what is.
Rocketed. Heck of a swing from Woodson. 2 swings in this at-bat. Absolutely skewed and pieced up off the bat, just not into fair play. It's still 1 out. It's been a long battle. It's a 2-2 count. Still Huang as well as Bender. Maybe ready to go. That's a K for Dylan Huang. Fades 2 in this inning and is 1 away from putting a wrap on this masterpiece of a game.
And the only man standing in his way is Fordham University's own Madden Akko, a guy who made so many great defensive plays against the Saints on Wednesday. How fitting would it be for Huang to finish off Akko and end it?
Just outside from Huang.
And the guy on deck is someone who has a lot of power, so you're not nearly out of the woods yet if you're the Saints.
1 through 9, this Riptide team is dangerous. Swings through. Gets 1 back. 1-1.
Stick with the heater, I would.
That's a strike. 1-2 count. 2 out. From down 5-2. Out towards right field. Under it is Immel. No one would have thought. No one could have imagined in this spot, this season, the Saints are right there. Final score, 7-6. The Saints are still standing. Tomorrow, if the Barons lose tonight, will be the decider. Wow, Max. Wow.
I mean, you talk about this game had literally everything. That first inning single from Cannon King feels like a year ago. But the Saints down 5-2, rally. They get 2 runs off a guy, and Sean York, who'd given up 2 earned runs all year, had pitched 20 innings. The Saints somehow patched together 2 against him. And then, so unfortunate. Still, even with this result, we are all hoping for the best for Nick Nishiwa. Looked terrifying down on the field, and hope that he's okay. But next man up mentality, you bring in your bullpen catcher, Dylan Garcia. He comes into the game, somehow gets some strikeouts. I mean, he's got a steak dinner from the rest of this team, basically. Comes into the 9th inning. Saints down to their last out. Brody Cheers singles, Braden Flores singles, and then Dylan Huang. 1, 2, 3. Strikeout, pop out in the bottom half of the 9th inning. And the Saints are still alive. We'll see what happens tonight. That game could go either way. But if you're the Saints right now, at least you can rest to the fact that you gave it all you had. And if it doesn't go your way, well, you did your part.
The Saints have controlled what they could control. They've done that this whole second half of the season. Unfortunately, the cards aren't all in their hands, but barring a result in the favor of them tonight, tomorrow will be the decider. Tomorrow is the moment for Arroyo Seco. There's still more on the horizon. They know that, but what a win today. 7-6, the final score, and that'll do it for us from here in Irvine, California. Max.
Yeah. We do want to take the chance to everyone listening right now. Don't know what will play out over the next couple days, but this could be the final time that Dylan and I are on the Saints airwaves. And I just want to say, speaking at least from my personal experience, it's been a great summer, learned so much, had so much time broadcasting and bringing voices to everyone listening across all the parents, fans, and relatives of all the players and interns who are watching these broadcasts. really has meant a lot to me, and thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. I'll give you the last word, though, Dylan, to take us home.
You said it, Max. What a day for Saints fans, and what a season. Us two, like you said, might be our last time on the airwaves. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It'll be Nick Jepson and Riley Horn on the call, back at Jackie Robinson. But for the whole Saints organization, every single intern we've had the pleasure of interacting with, everyone up here in the broadcast booth today that's been there since early June. Summer ball brings you closer together, new friends. It's like a family, and I felt that family atmosphere since day one wearing Arroyo Seco Saints polo. The team showing out when it matters most. Again, final score 7-6 from here in Irvine. That'll do it. For Dylan DeCesare, our producer, Jack Badsey, for my good friend, Max Langer, this has been the Arroyo Seco Saints on the Arroyo Seco Saints Streaming Network. Again, the Saints, season still alive. Good afternoon from wherever you may be.